This is another one of my videos answering questions that come in from my website and blog. Now, one of the common questions I get is people talking about the video I did on lighting the Tandoor, and I used the standard barbecue gel to light it, and I get a lot of complaints. People say, oh, you shouldn't use the gel because of the fumes getting onto your meat. Quite a few guys have emailed saying, oh yeah, my wife doesn't like the flavour. Personally, I don't taste it. I only use a little bit of fuel, and then once I've lit it up and topped up the coals, I'm usually cooking 40 minutes later. So I personally don't taste it, but I hear what you're saying. I don't want to be the cause of any divorces. So let me tell you alternate ways to lighten the barbecue. The Tandoor. And actually, I do light mine in a different way now, and I'll show you how I light it. So let's look at the different options we got, which are possibly not using those fuels. And the first one is the old classic Doritos. So you can use a bag of Doritos to light your Tandoor. So let me just get this Dorito light. Oops. So then just start chopping up your without doing what I did by putting it out. Oh no, what an idiot. Let me just light it again. Okay, so we'll leave that to start lighting. I'll start adding some more bits to that. Another option is one of these bits of straw in wax. I'm not going to light this, I'm going to save this because I use this for my stove in the house, but you could use one of these. Typical, plane has to come along just as I'm demonstrating. Let's just quickly top this up. So that's how Doritos nicely burning here. You notice the good thing about Doritos is a nice slow burn, so really good for getting your charcoals on and getting your Tandoor or your barbecue going. So we talked about the wax, straw dipped in wax. This actually is, you can buy these or you can just make your own. So effectively what we have here is a carton top box with some of that, all the fluff from your dryer and some wax. And just make a very simple lighter. So let me just light this one. Look at these Doritos. Okay, so let's leave that one. Oh, I lit that one. Okay, so that's that one going now. So the wax will hopefully slow it all down. So the whole idea is you want a nice slow burn to light our charcoal. I can add some more Doritos here if I want to. Now, if you want to know how to make these, just hold on a second and watch this video. To make our little fire lighters, we're just going to use lots of rubbish we have lying around. So first of all, we're going to take an old egg carton box. Always keep one of these in your laundry area, and then we're just going to cut the bits off. We're going to do our base, and on top of that we're then going to put all that fluff that comes out of your dryer. So let's take this out, just open that up. So this stuff here is highly flammable, and what we do is we just all those bits in there in our little fire lighter. So it's really good to have this stuff just lying around, because you've got to clear out your dryer. It reminds you to clear out your dryer, because remember, if you don't, this can catch fire and it's very highly flammable. So I'll just do these two to begin with. I'll put that back and carry on doing the others in a minute. So all I do there is, that's usually enough. I light this and that'll be enough to be a fire lighter to light our Tandoor or anything else. But what I am going to do is now I'm going to actually put some wax over the top to help it burn more. Now once again, you often have like old candles in your laundry area. This is like, you see how rubbish this candle is. The other thing is, you might have some old candles people have bought you as Christmas presents, and all I'm doing here is I'm just literally putting wax over the top of the whole thing. So the whole idea, give it more to burn. And and yeah, so I'll just do that, and I'll come back in a second. I'll show you what it looks like once we've got wax all over it. So there you have it. Quite a simple thing to make, quite easy to do. You just get rid of all your scraps, and actually you're doing your wife a favour, you're clearing out the filter. So now, well, let's see this again. Right, you're now seeing how to make these. You know, if you haven't got any egg cartons, you can even use like cones. Don't use this one because this is still damp. You want them dry where the cones open up. But you can drip wax into those and then light that, and then that makes a lovely burner as well. So these are all quick, cheap ways of lighting your barbecue without using any of those fuels. But really, what I use is one of these babies, the old classic barbecue lighter. And they really are simple to do. If you've never done one before, you literally just put your charcoal in there and then put your lighter underneath. Now, you could use those, but I don't use those. I just use a simple paper. So get your paper, 2 sheets. Roll it up diagonally. I have to keep leaning here, see if I can see the screen. You want to make it tight, but then not too tight because you want air to flow. You want to be able to just roll it up. And then all you do is put that in there, put your coals in there and light it. So in fact I don't actually need many coals for the Tandoor, so normally you'd use this big end for your barbecue, but I'm actually going to do it the other way up and just put a small number of coals in here. So let me just tip all this into the Tandoor and then I'll show you lighting it. So there we have it. I'll put my coals in the top, so I'm only using this little bit here. Remember, Tandoor uses hardly any coals or charcoal, so let me light this. Right, there we go. I will leave that like that, let the flames get going. The other good advantage here, if it gets a bit smoky like this, you can just take it to another part of the garden. So take it down the end of the garden, then once it's all cooked, put the coals in. So come back in a minute and I'll show you the lit coals. Yeah, let's move this somewhere else. But it's interesting, you can hear the wind blowing through underneath that and getting the coals going. So I lit this 2 minutes ago and I cocked up because when I put the paper in I didn't do it tight enough, so it didn't hold in place. So I think you can see down the bottom there the paper all dropped out the bottom, so I lifted this up to take it somewhere else and it all dropped down. I suddenly put the thing down, but even with me cocking it up, look at that, after 2 minutes it's already alight. So a few more minutes and they'll be nice and glowing, and then I'll drop that into the Tandoor. We are now 5 minutes in. You can see how hot this is and how well it's burnt. So how simple is that? So all I do now is just drop these into my Tandoor. Oh, look at that. Let's get a closer look inside. So there you have it. An alternative way to light your Tandoor. You saw how easy it was. So that method using our kettle here, beautiful. So I'll tell you what, now I've lit the Tandoor, I think I'll cook myself some chips. So if you want to see, I'll video that as well. So if you want to see how I made chips in the Tandoor, subscribe to my channel and you'll see my video on making chips. So as I say, if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for viewing.